to another video. So today we're back here for another speed build, and today we're going to go ahead and do a real to Sims build of this modern rancho. So if you'd like to go ahead and download this for yourself, it is up on the gallery now. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and like normal there will also be a link in the description to the online gallery if you want to go ahead and download the build that way. So like I said, this is called a modern ranch home. This is built on a 30 by 30 lot in Brindleton Bay, and it has 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. And it came in at 109,275 simoleons. And for the packs today, I did use a few more than usual. So for the expansions, I used all of them apart from Get to Work. And for the game packs, I used Parenthood, Dine Out and Spa Day. And for the stuff packs, I used Perfect Patio Stuff. Now, just a few notes on those. For Get Famous, when I went to check like what items I used from that pack, because you know in the gallery you can check that, well, it was just blank, the screen where it tells you the items. So I don't know why it's saying I've used Get Famous today, because I don't really remember any Get Famous items. So I'm going to go back through and probably check the build. It might be like a debug item, like one of the cars I put in the garage or something. So I presume that's where it's from. So I'll try and figure that out to remove Get Famous from the build before it's up on the gallery. And also, from Perfect Patio Stuff, I only use the barbecue from there, so I might also remove that whilst I'm checking for Get Famous, just so there's one less pack in this build. So, you know, it is pack restricted, but there is still a few more packs than usual. And yeah, so, like I said, this is a real to Sims build. I have done a few of these recently, where I kind of just find a floor plan or house plan or something like that online, and then try to recreate it in The Sims 4. So I think this is the third one I've done. I've also done a few in the past, like as collabs and stuff, but on my own, and I'm actually really happy how this build turned out. It isn't completely modern, because it's in like Brindleton Bay. It's not, the kind of surroundings doesn't make it look ultra modern, but the interior is definitely a lot more modern, and also if it's not like ultra modern area of the build, such as, you know, the bedrooms aren't as modern as you may think, they are still fairly updated though, which is a style I like to do a lot. And also for the thumbnail, I actually use like the real life render picture from the website as the thumbnail. Now, I don't really do that. Well, I've never done that before with a real Sims build before. Sometimes I might have it in the corner along with the actual Sims 4 screenshot, but I just don't really like to do that because I feel like it's a little bit misleading. But I just thought for a change I would go ahead and do that as the thumbnail, so I hope you don't mind about that. And yeah, so this build, it didn't take me too long either. I think I had like 45 minutes of footage. I don't think this build took me 45 minutes though. I think it was a little bit longer, because I did actually have the glitch where the train pane disappeared, and I'm pretty sure that that's a glitch that was supposed to be fixed in the last update, or it might be something similar to do with train panes that I saw in the patch notes. But yeah, so I'm still having that that glitch all these months later, so it's a bit frustrating. So I had to redo the train, but it wasn't that, you know, in depth today. It was fairly simple, and this whole house as well, the exterior is a lot more simple than usual. That's one of the things that I don't always like about these real Sims builds, is that, you know, in their real life house that you see on the house plan of the website, it might look really great, but when you put that into The Sims, it doesn't always look that great, and it kind of have a bit of just look a bit too simple. So that was the case here. So I did add a few more things in than what was actually on the picture. So for example, some ivy on the walls here and there, just as something a little bit extra so it wasn't too plain. And I think that's all I kind of did extra. I tried to keep it as close to the floor plan as I could. And actually the floor plan should be pretty spot on to the actual floor plan on the website. I'll try to remember to leave a link down below to it as well, so you can kind of see and compare it. But I think I did the floor plan really good. Everything seemed to line up really well, which is different for me, because I've had, you know, in the last couple of times I've done this, there has been, you know, maybe 1 or 2 rooms where they're not exactly how they should be, but I think everything today is pretty good. Also as well, I did mention that there is a garage, which we'll work on later. There's just another like debug car in there, as well as a few other activities. There's also a basement in this home as well. Now, the basement of like the actual picture, there wasn't anything in it, it was just blank. So that's what I also did for this home too. So there is stairs going down to a basement, and it is actually a pretty big basement. It takes up most of the space of like the kind of floor plan of the house, if that makes sense, down below as well. So down there was actually a bathroom that was furnished, so I did go ahead and do that. And then there's like one huge big room, and it kind of is like L-shaped, so you'll see that a little bit later. And there's the stairs at the front there going down to it. which I thought was an interesting place to put it, but that's how it was in the floor plan picture. And actually the house itself inside is very open plan, and I actually really love how it turned out. So the kitchen, the dining room, the living room, and also the study are all in this one big room here, and I think it looks actually really great. All the white and everything, it just all blends together really nicely. And then, like I said, there are 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. There's one single room, there's also like a bathroom in between, and then there's the master room at the back, and the master room is pretty big as well. And there's also the secondary bathroom downstairs in the basement, like I said before. So I didn't do a kids room today. Now, like I just said, I did do a single bedroom, so that could be used for a kids room, but I didn't decorate it to be a kids room. So I just wanted it because it's all very white and modern. I didn't really think doing a colourful kids room would really fit that well with what I had in mind for this build, so I didn't go ahead and do that. But of course, feel free, if you have a kid, it might be a little bit boring for them just to live in a very simple room. So you could go ahead and add in some more toys and stuff if you do have that type of family, if you download this home. So feel free to go ahead and add those things in if you need to in your own gameplay. And also, I saw this thing on Twitter the other day. I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Illogical Simmer. I'm not 100% sure on that though, so I'm sorry if I got that name wrong on like who it actually was. But I did see this person post this picture of actually using the carpet tile from Discover University as like an interesting rug pattern, and I thought it was a really good idea. I have done this before in the past where I've kind of used carpet as like a runner or something like that, or like a, you know, just if I had like a difficult space to kind of find a rug for. Runners are a really good example of that, like the really thin ones. I sometimes use like a 1x1, well not 1x1, but like a 1 width tile and kind of run it to how long I want it to be of carpet or something else. So those are always really good ideas. So I did actually do that here as well with the living room, and I thought with all being, you know, really white and stuff, that carpet, the particular colour swatch I used, I thought it kind of worked really well with that, so I really like how that looked. I didn't do it anywhere else in the house though, just as a, or maybe I did it in the bedroom, I'm not too sure. I didn't want to go too overkill with it though, so as you can see underneath the dining table, I just use a regular rug, again from Discover University. We are actually using Discover University windows and doors today. No, just windows, not doors I don't think. Yeah, just the windows, sorry about that. So I had a bit of trouble actually trying to find some windows to use. At the beginning, you may have seen some Seasons ones in. Now, those were just placeholders because I had a black colour swatch, and I just put those down because the actual picture itself on the website had black windows, and I knew, just straight away, I knew that Seasons had a black colour swatch window, so I just used that to fill up the space until I found something that works a little bit better with the modern theme. To be honest, I could probably have went for the Seasons windows because even though they don't particularly match in terms of style, they do still have the black colour, and you know, it's a ranch, you know, at the end of the day, even though it's a modern ranch, it still has that sort of, you know, theme to it. So I suppose the Seasons ones could have worked. So if you don't have Discover University, then those are options for you know, changing the windows out. But I just had generally a lot of trouble trying to find some modern windows that weren't like the really, you know, like the wall length ones from base game. So I did have a bit of trouble with that, but the Discover one, the Discover University ones in the end worked out, but still, you know, I could have done it a little bit better, but there just wasn't really anything to choose from. So that was the best I could really go for. So this is the bathroom here. Like I said, there are 2. I just show you this one because the second one is also pretty similar, but really all my bathrooms are similar. I know it's kind of bad, but I do tend to do the same kind of style of bathrooms for all my speed builds, but it kind of, you know, just works well. I don't really like to spend a lot of time on bathrooms, that's why I always end up doing a similar thing. Or, you know, it might not be the same every speed build, but I do have, like, you know, I might choose like a colour swatch for like a floor tile and a wall tile, and then kind of use that for all the bathrooms within that house, which is what I did here. There's only 2 of them, but you know, that's what I did. And this is the master room here. I do really like this room. It is nice and big, it's got lots of space, a lot of extra space as well. So this area here where I'm kind of building this fake wardrobe, I noticed a lot of these floor plans do actually have these in, so I went ahead and built one of those. So if you want to go ahead and take that out because it's totally got no function, it's just for decoration, you could easily go ahead and place something else there, like another activity or something like that for your Sims to do. I can't really think of anything in particular, but maybe just even like a fish tank. Would you want a fish tank in your room? I suppose you might do. So you could go ahead and put one of those there, or even just another study desk or something. And as you saw there, I did go ahead and use the kind of geometric shape carpet tile from Discover University again there underneath the bed. So we're pretty much finished with the interior now. We're just going back to finish off the exterior. I know it's sometimes a little bit confusing when I jump around the build this much, but sometimes I'll do like, you know, most of the exterior and then do all the interior furnishing and then finish off the exterior furnishing at the end. So that's what I did in this case. And there is like a big porch area here actually at the back, nice big barbecue area with island counters, as well as an outdoor seating table. There's also a pool, which I didn't make, you know, just rectangle. I did try to make it a little bit interesting in terms of its shape. Not that interesting, but just a little bit different. So I did that there. There's also a few pool lounger chairs around, and also a gardening station in the back as well, with like the bee boxes from Seasons, the flower arrangement table, and also a few more planter boxes there too, just as another activity for your Sims to do. The garden area isn't completely to scale if you look on the website of this build. Again, like I said, I'll try to remember to put a link in the description to it. But yes, so the backyard area did end up being a little bit different to the floor plan on the website. Not that different though, just a little bit in terms of where the pool is placed, but it's still got pretty much everything that you see on the floor plan on the website in the build. And I also had a bit of trouble actually, because the garage area on the left hand side of the home here was actually supposed to be like split level, so that wasn't on a foundation, but with the new update we can't actually do the split level trick anymore. I think Kate Emerald has a tutorial on it. Well, that doesn't seem to work anymore from a recent update, or the last one, I'm not too sure when it was, but it wasn't working out, so it was really frustrating. So I really hope we just get that functionality in game, because it seems not like a really complex thing to do, because we can make it work if we really want to. Not really anymore, but I just wish we had the actual functionality in game to make that work, because I think it adds a lot more to build and stuff. So what I ended up doing was just using like the terrain editor to make like a slope going up to the garage door, so it kind of blends in a bit nicer, and there's the garage there. And yeah, so thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's speed build. In the comment section down below, let me know about what you thought of this recreation. If you have any more suggestions for other builds or anything else that you want to see on the channel next, that'd be really helpful to hear. You can go ahead and download this build from the gallery. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!